Hey guys, Miles here again with Smith Family Racing and Cannon Lasers. Today I installed a new Moto seat cover on the 2019 YZ250F rebuild, and I'm going to turn the camera around now and show you guys, or give you kind of like a walkthrough of how I did it. So just to let you know ahead of time, I already installed it. I actually just got done doing it. It took me about 10 minutes. Okay, so this is super simple and really straightforward. Didn't really feel the need to do an in-depth instructional video rather than just a walkthrough. So I'm going to turn the camera around, show you what I did. Here we go. All right, guys, first off, this is the staple gun that I used. It was $40 off of Amazon, and it's actually really nice. I used, 3/8 staples to do this. So they're a little bit thicker. I could have used a 1/4 inch, but I wanted something to give me a little bit more bite, so I went with the 3/8. So I'll put that down, and we'll just kind of show you. So as you can see, my ribs are nice and even, and there's no wrinkles or anything of that sort. This guy, the gas cap cover, was the hardest part of this whole thing. So I'm just going to turn it over now, and we'll show you what we did. So you can see I went staple crazy. Instead of cutting these extra pieces off, guys, I just decided to staple them down. I guess in my mind's eye, it just gives a little bit more strength here, and it's not really that big of a deal. And I also went around these anchors right here and kind of tucked it up underneath. So I really didn't have to modify or cut anything or trim anything on this. So with Motoseat, their covers have a little notch. You can kind of see where my fingernail is right there. That's kind of cut, and it helps you line it up with the center of your seat. And I used this line right here, and then underneath of there, there's like another little line that goes down. I just figured that was my reference point for the center. So what I did is, when you do this, you start by fitting the top, because there's a little lip that goes over this, and you'll see that whenever you order one of the seats. And what I did is I lined it up in the center here. I put these first 3 staples in just to secure it, okay? And then what I did is I lined up my notch right here, okay, and I stretched it. So when I stretched it, it had all kinds of wrinkles and so on and so forth. But as you start stretching and fitting, all of those wrinkles will come out. As you're doing it, you just want to make sure that you're keeping it nice and center, and that your sides are nice and even, okay? And you work from the bottom or the back of the seat toward the front of the seat. That's how you're supposed to do this. And you just kind of do one section at a time. You can split it up into panels. That's kind of like what I did. And I worked on like this section, then this section, then this one, then this one, then this one. And by the time I got up here, this whole thing was nice and smooth. There were no wrinkles. And then after I did all that, I went back through and just kind of tightened it up a bit. And you can see that. Now, this is probably too many staples. Don't really care, because it turned out great. But as you can see, it's perfect. And when it's on the bike, it looks wonderful. I mean, you can't, it looks like it belongs, if you will. So then with this guy, this one was really challenging. So I have my breather tube for my gas tank that goes through here, right? So instead of trying to cut and trim and fit this, I just took my staple gun and got way down in there and just tried to like fit it into those recesses as much as I could. And then I ended up just kind of walking around. And the tricky part about this is actually like a foam piece. So I kind of had to go a little staple crazy on this one to get it to fit and to get it to stretch. But as you can see, the seams turned out really nice. Overall, it turned out really, really well. So guys, if you're looking at installing a seat, I'm just going to walk on the wild side and assume that this is the same exact process as like a guts seat that's on both the KTM and the VETM X450. Pretty straightforward. It's really not that difficult. So I hope this helps you guys. And sorry I didn't really do like a straight walkthrough, because this is actually my very first time ever doing a seat cover. and I think it turned out really well. The only thing I could really poke at is this right here, which I'm pretty sure that's the sewing, or like a sewing seam or some kind of seam or something that's under there. I don't know, but it's pretty uniform and you can't really see these lips when the seat is actually fitted on the bike. So I'm gonna leave it, call that good, and we're waiting on the new plastics and decals from Throttle Syndicate to get here. They should be here on Tuesday, and we'll get them installed. Stay tuned.